My wife said, "I'll do whatever I want. You can't stop me." So I packed my bags, cut off the money, and left her to live her free life. Alone. My wife, Sarah, and I had been married for 6 years. Together for nearly 9. We met in college, both 21, full of dumb plans, big dreams, and late-night takeout. She was sharp, back then, one of the funniest people I'd ever met. We clicked easily. We both worked hard after graduation. I landed a job in IT, slowly climbing the ladder. Sarah started her marketing career and eventually got into consulting. Her job had her traveling more, meeting new clients, networking, doing dinner meetings, the whole thing. For a while, it was fine. We communicated well. Or, at least, I thought we did. But something started changing in the past year. At first, it was little things. She started spending more weekends, out with friends I'd never met. Random trips that didn't always line up with her client schedules. New clothes. Constantly glued to her phone. Laughing at messages. Always turning the screen away when I walked by. When I brought it up, she'd dismiss it like I was overthinking. "You're being paranoid. I work hard. I deserve to enjoy myself." Okay, maybe. I didn't want to be controlling. I was raised better than that. But the distance between us was growing, and pretending it wasn't hurt more than admitting it. The tipping point came one Friday evening. She came home late. I was sitting at the dining table, scrolling through some car forums when she walked in. No hello. No, how was your day? Just straight to pouring herself a glass of wine. I asked her, as calmly as possible, if we could talk. Just talk. About us. About how things felt lately. She set the glass down harder than necessary and turned to me. Her eyes didn't look tired or sad. Just done. She crossed her arms and said, "You know what? You should feel lucky you have me. I've been thinking about this a lot. I'm not built to be tied down. I'll do whatever I want. Go wherever I want. And you can't stop me." I just sat there for a moment, processing. She wasn't yelling. She wasn't angry. She was calm, like she'd rehearsed this in her head. I asked, "Are you saying you don't want to be married anymore?" She shook her head. "No, I like being married. I like the stability. But I'm not giving up my freedom just because you want me to play house." I'll be honest, something in me just went quiet. I wasn't even mad. Just clear. Crystal clear. I stood up, walked to our bedroom, and closed the door. Didn't slam it. Didn't say another word. That night, I barely slept. Not because of anger or heartbreak, but because the realization was setting in. This woman, this person I built a life with, she no longer saw me as a partner, just as background noise in her life. The next morning, over coffee, I asked her one more time, "Is this really how you feel?" She shrugged. "Yeah, it is. And if you don't like it, that's your problem." All right. That was the moment I knew. If I stayed, I was just teaching her how to treat me. So, I started planning. Not out of revenge, but out of self-respect. I wasn't the type to make rash decisions. I've always believed that when emotions run high, logic should run higher. But this wasn't about being impulsive. This was clarity. For the next few days, I went quiet. I didn't argue. I didn't push. I didn't ask for explanations. I simply observed. She thought I was sulking, maybe trying to guilt trip her. Truth is, I was making a checklist in my head. First thing, finances. Our accounts were mostly joint. But thankfully, I'd always kept a separate savings account. Not because I didn't trust her. It was something my dad had taught me growing up. Always have something that's just yours. Not for secrets, but for safety. Those words hit different now. I checked the balances. Reviewed the automatic payments. Made sure my direct deposit was rerouted into my private account. Quietly. No announcements. Second, documents. Birth certificate. Passport. Social security card. Titles. Insurance papers. I gathered everything, packed it into a folder, and locked it in my car's trunk. Third, a place to stay. I wasn't leaving without somewhere lined up. Found a furnished month-to-month apartment 20 minutes away. Nothing fancy, but clean and private. All of this took 3 days. During that time, Sarah acted normal. Or what she thought was normal. She came and went, dressed up for dinners, spent hours texting in the other room. Barely spoke to me unless it was about something mundane, like picking up groceries. No questions about why I was quiet. No check-in. Just like I was furniture. By Thursday night, I had everything set. That's when something unexpected happened. I walked past her phone, which was buzzing on the kitchen counter. A message popped up, a man's name I didn't recognize. The preview read, "Can't wait to see you again. Last weekend was amazing." I didn't touch it. I didn't need to. See, at that point, it didn't matter if it was physical cheating or emotional cheating or just friends. What mattered was her complete disregard for me as a person, her partner. Friday morning, I woke up early. She was still asleep. I sat on the edge of the bed for a minute, looking around the room that used to feel like ours, but now just felt like a hotel room someone else lived in. I quietly packed a suitcase. A week's worth of clothes, my laptop, toiletries. The rest could stay. I wasn't in a rush to divide property or argue over plates and furniture. Before leaving, I sat down at the dining table and wrote a note. Nothing dramatic. No accusations. Just simple words. You're right. I am lucky. Lucky to realize I deserve more than being treated like an afterthought. Take care of yourself. I'll be in touch when I'm ready to discuss the next steps. I left the house key on top of the note. Then I walked out. The strange part? I expected to feel devastated, or furious, or sick, but walking away felt peaceful, like stepping out of a room filled with stale air and finally breathing fresh again. By noon, I was in my new apartment, sitting on the floor with a fast food burger, staring at the blank walls, wondering what the hell just happened to my life. No calls from her. No texts. Either she hadn't seen the note yet, or she didn't care. The silence said a lot. It took her almost 2 days to notice I was gone. Saturday passed with radio silence. I figured maybe she was out with whoever last weekend was amazing with. Maybe she assumed I was just giving her the cold shoulder. Sunday afternoon, my phone finally buzzed. It was a text. Where are you? No question mark. No panic. Just confusion. Like she was messaging a roommate who forgot to pick up milk. I didn't answer right away. An hour later, another message. Seriously, what's going on? Where did you go? Still no apology. No concern. Just confusion, like my absence was inconvenient. A couple hours later, she finally called. I let it ring. Straight to voicemail. Then another text. What the hell is this? You left a note? Are you kidding me? There it was. The shift from confusion to anger. Not sadness. Not regret. Just annoyance. I waited a few minutes. Then I responded with one line. You told me you do whatever you want, whenever you want. And I realized I can do the same. No reply for an hour. Then came the flood. We need to talk. You're being childish. This isn't how adults handle marriage. That last one made me laugh a little. Now she wanted to talk about how adults handle marriage? I finally replied. When you're ready to talk about respect, commitment, and boundaries, call me. Until then, I suggest you enjoy your freedom. The rest of the day? Quiet. Monday morning, she showed up at my job. She stood in the lobby, arms crossed, looking like someone who'd just been inconvenienced by bad customer service. I met her outside. She started in immediately. What is this? You're just gone? You didn't even give me a chance to fix this. I stayed calm. Fix what? You were clear. You said you'd do whatever you want, go wherever you want, and I couldn't stop you. So, I stopped trying. Her face shifted. For the first time, she didn't look annoyed. She looked cornered. I didn't mean it like that. You know how I am. I say things. I nodded. Yeah, you said things. And words matter. We stood there for a long moment. Then I asked, is there someone else? Just be honest. She didn't deny it. She didn't confirm it either. She just stared past me, jaw tight, then finally said, it's not about that. I felt trapped. I wanted space. I nodded again. Congratulations. Now you have it. Her voice softened. I don't want a divorce. I just thought you'd understand. That hit me harder than anything else she said. She truly believed that marriage meant she could do anything while I waited patiently in the background, holding it all together. I do understand, I said. I understand that I'm not interested in being someone's emotional safety net while they play single. She started crying. Not dramatic sobs, just quiet tears running down, frustration mixing with regret. But I wasn't cold. I wasn't cruel. I just told her, look, I'm not making any permanent decisions today. But this version of our marriage, it's over. We either rebuild it together from scratch, with real commitment, or we don't. She nodded, barely whispering, I get it. We didn't resolve everything that day, or that week. But for the first time in a long time, the silence between us wasn't about avoidance. It was about thinking. Really thinking. It's been 6 months now. We did end up divorcing. Turns out, when someone shows you who they are, you should believe them the first time. I'm doing better. Found peace. Found myself again. And I won't lie, it still stings sometimes. But walking away was the healthiest thing I've ever done. I appreciate you watching till the end. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more content.